This SQL video is entitled Changing Table Data, and I'm Dr. Renaud from Shawnee State University. In this video, we'll talk about three SQL statements: the insert into statement, the update statement, and the delete from statement. Let's start with the insert into statement. The insert into statement is used to add a new row into a table. The structure, the syntax is insert into table name, and then in parentheses you list the columns in the table that we're going to insert values into, then the word values, then another set of parentheses with the actual values to insert into the table columns to create a new row. The columns can be defined in any order within the statement as long as the values are in a corresponding same order. They don't have to be in the same order that the table was created or that the table structure is. Now, there is a shortcut version of the insert into statement where the columns have to be in a specific row and you don't have to have a certain order and you don't have to list the column names, but I'm not going to show that to you because it's not portable and it won't always work. If you try to insert a row into a table and that primary key already exists, you will receive an error saying that the primary key already exists. Let's look at an example. In this example, I'm still using the world database and its city table, but I want to insert a new city that doesn't currently exist in the world database table that's the default table. And you can see I say insert into city, and then I give the names of the four columns: name, country code, district, and population. I then say values, and I give 3 strings and an integer for the name, country code, district, and population, and hit enter or submit, and it will insert then Portsmouth, Ohio, the town where I teach, into the city table. And when I do a select from city where name is Portsmouth, I get all 3 Portsmouths now: Portsmouth, England, Portsmouth, Virginia, and Portsmouth, Ohio. So you can see that the new record was in fact inserted. Here is a second example of the insert into statement, but notice that the column names are defined in a different order: country code, district, name, population. So you can see that USA, Kentucky, Ashland 21684, and when I go and select the cities named Ashland, I now get the one new Ashland that I inserted. Ashland, Kentucky is just a town near Portsmouth, Ohio that I happen to think would be nice to have in the database. The next statement I want to show is the update statement. And the update statement is used to change column values in one or more existing rows. I mean, that's the syntax is update table name, and then you say set column equal value, and you can list multiple column equal values with a comma between them. And then you have to put, or you really should put, a where condition on the end of the update statement. The update statement will update every row in the table. Every row in the table. If you leave the where condition off, if you just say update table set column equal value, boom, it'll do them all, and there's no undo, there's no going back. The where condition syntax is exactly the same as the where condition syntax in the select statement. So the where works just exactly like what we've seen in the other presentations and in the prior weeks of working with SQL. But again, be sure that your where clause is correct. And I strongly suggest writing a select statement and verifying that your where clause is right, making sure you select the data you want to update, and then copy that where clause into the update statement so that you don't make any mistakes and you don't update records you really don't want to update. Here, for instance, is an update statement updating the population of the city named Portsmouth, Ohio. So I set the population equal to the new population, where name equals Portsmouth and district equal Ohio. If I had left the district and district equal Ohio off of the where clause, it would have updated all three Portsmouths and not just Portsmouth, Ohio. The update statement is extremely powerful, but you've just got to be careful using it. This next example of the update statement will update two columns at once. I've decided to play with Lexington, Kentucky. So look at what I'm doing. I'm changing the city of Lexington, Kentucky to Lex Horse Capital because that's what they think they are. And I'm updating the population by 10%. So notice how population equals population times 1.10. So I'm updating the name column and the population column. But I'm updating the population column based upon the previous value of population. And then look at the where clause, where name like Lexington, because I think in the database it was Lexington, Fayette, something, but it started with Lexington, and the district would be Kentucky. So after the update, you can see that I changed the name of Lexington, Kentucky, and also updated the population. The last new statement in this presentation I want to introduce is the delete from statement. In the delete from statement, it will delete existing rows from your table. The syntax is delete from table name, where, and the where condition follows. The where clause works again just like it did in the update statement and just like it does in the select statement. So you can specify multiple rows or single rows or all kinds of different combinations of selection within the where clause. Be sure to have a where clause that you have tested before you use the delete statement, because it will delete everything. If you just say delete from table name, everything is gone. There's no undo. You've got to reinsert all the records. There is no undelete. The delete is extremely, it's just very powerful, and you have to be very careful when you're using the delete from statement. Here's an example of delete from where I say, well, I don't want the city named Ashland. Because there's only one city in the world named Ashland, because I inserted it, and there were no others, I could just say where name equal Ashland. If there was an Ashland, Ohio, or an Ashland, Virginia, or an Ashland, Oregon, or one of the other Ashlands that exist, then I would have needed to say and district equal Kentucky. But you can see this deleted the one row, and when I go try to do a select to see if Ashland is still there, it tells me no and gives me the empty set. Now, if I had deleted the city name Portsmouth, it would have deleted all three Portsmouth: Portsmouth, England, Portsmouth, Virginia, and Portsmouth, Ohio. So again, be extremely careful when you're working with the delete statement. The database structure that we used in this demonstration can be found at this website at the MySQL or at this web page at the MySQL website. I would like to thank you for watching this presentation. Remember, this presentation is copyright 2019 by James Imrano, PhD, and is licensed under the Creative Commons Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. And you can contact me at jrenault@shawnee.edu.